Most people feel relieved when they imagine evil as something distant, extreme, and inhuman. Monsters are comforting. Monsters allow us to believe that evil belongs to someone else, to creatures that look different, act different, and live far away from normal life. Hannah Arendt shattered this comfort. She argued that evil does not need monsters. It does not need hatred burning in the chest or cruelty written on the face. Evil can emerge quietly, carried out by ordinary people who look exactly like everyone else. This idea is disturbing because it removes the distance between us and them. If evil does not require monsters, then it can exist anywhere. In offices, schools, institutions, and daily routines. It can exist in people who believe they are doing the right thing. People who see themselves as normal, responsible, and obedient. People who never imagine themselves capable of participating in something harmful. Arendt observed that the most destructive actions in history were often not carried out by fanatics screaming with rage, but by individuals who followed procedures, respected hierarchies, and trusted systems. They did not feel like villains. They felt like workers. They felt like functionaries. They felt like they were simply playing their role. And that is precisely where the danger lies. When we imagine evil as monstrous, we expect it to look obvious. We expect warning signs. We expect emotional intensity. But banal evil does not announce itself. It blends in. It feels ordinary. It hides behind paperwork, protocols, and everyday language. It replaces moral questions with technical ones. Not is this right, but is this allowed? Not should this be done, but is this my responsibility? Evil doesn't need monsters because it feeds on something far more common: thoughtlessness. Not stupidity, not ignorance, but the absence of reflection. The moment when people stop examining the meaning of their actions. The moment when they stop asking whether they can live with the consequences of what they are doing. When that inner dialogue disappears, moral boundaries collapse quietly. Arendt believed that thinking is what prevents people from becoming dangerous. Thinking creates friction. It slows action. It introduces doubt. It forces individuals to confront themselves. Without thinking, action becomes automatic, efficient, detached. People learn to separate what they do from what it causes. They learn to say, "This is not about me," and in that separation, responsibility vanishes. What makes this so unsettling is that it does not require bad intentions. Many people involved in harmful systems genuinely believe they are acting correctly. They follow rules. They respect authority. They fulfill expectations. They see themselves as responsible citizens. Evil does not need them to hate. It only needs them to stop thinking. Arendt warned that societies become dangerous when obedience is praised more than judgment, when conformity is rewarded and questioning is discouraged, when people are trained to function smoothly rather than to reflect deeply. In such environments, moral responsibility is slowly outsourced to systems, leaders, and procedures. Individuals stop seeing themselves as moral agents. They become instruments. This is why evil often feels impersonal. It doesn't feel like cruelty. It feels like administration, like routine, like efficiency. It is carried out through forms, approvals, and signatures, through systems that allow individuals to tell themselves that they are too small to be responsible, too insignificant to make a difference, too disconnected to be accountable. But Arendt rejected this excuse entirely. She insisted that responsibility cannot be erased by hierarchy. The fact that an action is ordered does not make it harmless. The fact that it is legal does not make it just. The fact that everyone is doing it does not make it right. Evil does not disappear when it is divided among many people. It becomes stronger. The most dangerous illusion is believing that only extreme personalities commit extreme harm. This belief allows ordinary people to lower their guard, to that as long as they feel normal, they are safi. But normality is not protection. Normality is often the environment in which evil thrives best. It feels familiar. It feels acceptable. It feels invisible. Arendt's insight forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. The line between good and evil does not run between different kinds of people. It runs within individuals. It runs through the presence or absence of thought. A person who thinks may still choose wrongly, but a person who does not think cannot even recognize the choice. This is why thinking is not just an intellectual activity for Arendt. It is a moral one. It is the act of stopping long enough to examine what we are doing and why we are doing it. It is the refusal to let systems replace conscience. It is the courage to remain human in environments that reward compliance. The danger today is not that people are becoming monsters. It is that they don't need to. Modern life offers endless opportunities to disconnect actions from consequences. To hide behind complexity. To say, "It's not my decision." In a world of speed, noise, and constant distraction, thinking becomes rare. And when thinking becomes rare, ordinary people become capable of extraordinary harm without ever feeling evil. Evil doesn't need monsters because monsters attract attention. Thoughtlessness does not. It spreads quietly. It feels normal. It feels reasonable. It tells people that their role is small, their responsibility limited, and their conscience unnecessary. And that is how societies slide into moral collapse without dramatic moments or clear villains. Arendt did not believe that humanity is doomed. But she believed that safety is fragile. It depends on individuals who are willing to think when thinking is inconvenient, who are willing to pause when action is expected, who are willing to ask questions when silence is rewarded. If this idea makes you uncomfortable that discomfort matters, it means you are still thinking. And thinking, according to Hannah Arendt, is the strongest defense we have against becoming something dangerous without even realizing it. Now, I want to ask you, do you believe evil today hides behind normality? Or do you think monsters are still the real threat? Share your thoughts in the comments.